Springfield, Missouri at the new NRA Sporting Arms Museum. Richard Childress, NRA Board Member, NASCAR team owner. Good to see you, sir.
Great to be here. Great to be at such a fabulous museum. You know, it's got so much history, so much heritage of the firearms that we use to in hunting, the outdoors. So much history. We got John Wayne's guns here. Roosevelt, we actually have the gun that he had when he was in the White House that he kept in his nightstand. So it was really a neat deal. Just so much history. And when people come through this and they bring their young daughters and sons and they see what hunting and see what the outdoors world is all about, how important the rifles and the guns that were going back so many years in history, it's an amazing thing, and I couldn't be prouder to have it right here in Springfield at the Bass Pro Shop.
Richard, something I didn't even know when I landed, and you get the tourist magazine, and it said that this is the #1 tourist destination in Missouri. You know, you think of the St. Louis Arch, you think of the things in Missouri, but this is the #1 tourist destination. And we're standing right under us is a gigantic gun shop. And you hear about all the, you know, in the mainstream media, the hatred of guns, but it's amazing to see in the heartland, a place like this is the #1 tourist destination.
Yeah, there'll be over 4 million visitors to this Bass Pro Shop. They've got the great Wonders of Wildlife next door that'll open in 2014. That's even going to bring more people. They got the Big Cedar Lodge that's not far from here. But with this attraction, the Sporting Guns Museum of the NRA here in Springfield, it's going to be an attraction that's going to bring more and more people. And it's a tribute to how our country was founded, how our country was. You'll see weapons in here that go back to the early 1700s or way back. You know, I can't remember the dates, but it was pretty amazing to what you will see.
Richard, you know, legendary times with Dale Earnhardt, and he was an outdoorsman too. Do you have any fun stories you want to share about you and Dale, maybe out in the outdoors?
You know, I guess we had so many great times and so much fun. Hunting elk out in New Mexico and Arizona, and whitetail deer hunting down in South Carolina. That's kind of how we got to know each other. And hunting was one of the big reasons that he and I got together. So, you know, and I go back and think of my grandsons, the first time I took them hunting when they were little kids, and listen to some stories when a race fan will come up and tell me, "Thank you for all you do for us with the NRA. My kids will enjoy it many years to come." That's special because what we want is we want our hunting heritage, that we want it to last for many, many generations past us.
Talk about your grandsons. You know, Ty and Austin, they're actually drivers now in the Nationwide Series and the Camping World Series. How cool is that for you to have these, especially Austin right now, who's at top of the standings in the Nationwide? What is that like for you?
I mean, it's you know, it's a lot of pride, but I know how hard they've worked for it, and they've sat back and watched. But what really makes me proud of them is they understand the sport. They understand the importance of the race fans. They understand that the sport wasn't given to them. They've got to earn their way in sport. And what I've always told both of them is, when you come in this sport, the one thing you got to remember when you do leave it is leave it better than when you came. And both of them realize that.
Last question, as an NRA board member, why is it so important to be an NRA member today?
You know, number one, we got to protect the Second Amendment. And there's so many things in this world that is taken for granted. Never take for granted our Second Amendment, our First Amendment. And that is what I'm here for, and to try to bring more youth. We got to have generations past us that will be NRA members that can carry that legacy on way when we're gone, to protect the rights for their kids and their grandkids.
Richard Childress, thank you, sir. Good to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.